Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Kyle's dirty move on Victor disgusts Claire. The Young and the Restless Y&R spoilers reveal that Claire Newman Haley Aaron will fret over Victor Newman Eric Braden following his injury at the ranch. Thanks to the gunshot wound Ian Ward Ray Wise delivered, Victor will need some time to recover, and that could leave his empire vulnerable to threats. Y&R fans will recall that Victor tried to give Diane Jenkins Abbott Susan Walters an empty shell when he signed over Glissade, but Jack Abbott Peter Bergman managed to buy up all the divisions without Victor's knowledge. As a result, a fuming Victor called Michael Baldwin Christian LeBlanc and put his attorney to work on something that would give him the last laugh. In other words, Victor's revenge plot is already in motion and could affect Jabot soon enough. No matter what Victor has cooked up, Jack and Kyle Abbott Michael Mealer will have to deal with the difficult fallout. Of course, that could bring a conversation about fighting back, but the timing could be tricky. Even Jack may have to admit the best time to strike is while Victor's out of commission, but he might have some reservations about crossing that line. However, Kyle might argue that Victor would play dirty if the situation were reversed and give Jack the nudge he needs to go for it. Jack and Kyle could team up on a retaliation plot that hit Newman Enterprises hard while Victor's recovery is in progress. If that's how things play out, Claire could end up disgusted with Kyle for kicking Victor while he's down. That could cause a rift between the lovers and ramp up the whole Abbott-Newman rivalry aspect of Kyle's relationship with Claire. Business drama will indeed be a factor in the issues that are brewing for Claire and Kyle in the coming months. Kyle and Claire's feuding families will play a big role in some of the obstacles they have to conquer. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Claire and Kyle will get stuck in the middle of all the corporate chaos, so their romance will be put to the test. Our predictions suggest Kyle could make some moves Claire disapproves of while Victor's not at the top of his game, so stay tuned for updates on all the shocking news ahead. The drama in Genoa City never stops, and the latest spoilers for The Young and the Restless promise an explosive turn of events that will leave fans reeling. Kyle Abbott has never been one to shy away from ambition, but his latest maneuver against Victor Newman may be his most ruthless yet. As he plots his next big move, one person is left utterly disgusted: Claire Grace. But why is Kyle going after the mighty Victor, and what does this mean for Claire's budding relationship with the Abbott heir? Kyle's calculated betrayal. Kyle has always walked the fine line between entitlement and ambition. Despite his rocky past, he has managed to carve out a name for himself in the business world. However, his latest target is none other than the legendary Victor Newman, a man who has crushed bigger opponents than Kyle with nothing more than a glance. But Kyle believes he has the upper hand this time. Rumors suggest that he has acquired sensitive information about Newman Enterprises, something so explosive that it could shake the company to its very core. But where did Kyle get this information? Sources indicate that it may have been obtained through a series of questionable tactics, ones that even Kyle's biggest supporters might find hard to justify. There's speculation that he may have bribed someone close to the Newman Empire or even resorted to using illegal surveillance. Whatever the case, one thing is clear: Kyle is ready to take a shot at the king, but is he prepared for the consequences? Claire's shock and disgust. Claire Grace has worked hard to shed the shadows of her past and rebuild her life. Now, as she tries to find her footing in Genoa City, she's been forming connections that could change the trajectory of her future. One of those connections is with Kyle Abbott, charming, ambitious, and seemingly interested in her. But when she learns of his latest scheme, her perception of him shifts dramatically. Claire has had her share of dealings with powerful and manipulative people, but she had hoped that Kyle was different. When the details of his betrayal against Victor come to light, she feels sickened by his lack of integrity. After all, Victor may be a ruthless businessman, but he is also a man who has shown kindness to Claire when she least expected it. She cannot fathom why Kyle would go to such lengths to bring him down, and more importantly, she doesn't know if she can continue seeing him knowing what he is capable of. Victor's counterattack. If there's one thing every YNR fan knows, it's that Victor Newman does not go down without a fight. The moment Kyle sets his plan into motion, Victor catches wind of the betrayal. And while Kyle may think he's outmaneuvered the titan of industry, he's sorely mistaken. Victor has always been 5 steps ahead of his enemies, and this time is no different. Victor's counterattack is swift and brutal. Rumors suggest that he uses Kyle's own tactics against him, exposing the Abbott heir's dirty dealings in a way that tarnishes his reputation. If Kyle thought he could outfox Victor Newman, he was gravely mistaken. But the damage has already been done, and it's not just his career that suffers, it's his personal life, too. Will Claire walk away for good? Claire is left with a difficult decision. She had started to believe that Kyle was someone she could trust, maybe even someone she could love. But seeing the depths of his ambition and the ruthless lengths he is willing to go to for power, she questions everything. Will she give him a chance to explain, or will she walk away for good, unwilling to be a part of the chaos he has created? Fans are divided. Some hope Claire will serve as a moral compass for Kyle, guiding him back from the brink of corruption. Others believe she should cut ties and focus on building a future free from the cutthroat schemes of the elite families of Genoa City. One thing is certain, Kyle's choices have consequences, and whether he wins or loses against Victor, he may have already lost something far more valuable: Claire's trust. What's next with Kyle's betrayal sending shockwaves through Genoa City? The fallout is bound to be intense. Will Kyle find a way to redeem himself, or has he just made the biggest mistake of his life? Can Victor find a way to neutralize this latest threat, or will Kyle's dirty move have lasting repercussions? And most importantly, will Claire choose her own path, away from the tangled web of deception that Kyle has spun? Stay tuned, because The Young and the Restless is about to get even more dramatic.